What's up, guys? John from the Game Tinkerer here, and I'm going to go over the iPega Tomahawk. There are other reviews out there, but I'm just going to give my take on this cheap controller. Is it a Joy-Con alternative? Is it a piece of junk? We're going to see. So for $27, this is what we're going to have to work with. Okay, so I've got three different things here. Okay, so here's the iPega, and I've got these just for comparisons. So I got this because I take my Switch to work when I was working. Unfortunately, we have the whole quarantine thing going on. So I'm one of the lucky ones that gets to not be in the middle of all of it. However, the reason I got this was because I was using these, and these are a lot nicer. They're also hard to find from what I gather, and I mean, I really like them. These are definitely a Joy-Con replacement, as long as you don't need motion controls or rumble motors. These are also not wireless, so you can't use them in tabletop mode. That sucks, but it is what it is. The cool thing is when you get home, all you got to do is just put it in the dock. You don't have to take these off. Works perfect. So what I was doing was just detaching these, throwing these in my bag, and then putting this in the padded spot, and then attaching them when I was using them. With this, I thought, reviews are mixed on it. It is $27 on Amazon, and it's not a bad price. Not a bad controller. It does what it needs to do. There are no motion controls. There are no rumble motors in this as well. It's a pretty good controller. The sticks are a little loose, but they have a good springiness to them. I don't see me having any kind of drift issues, and if I do, it is what it is. I might try to take it apart and fix it. Then again, I might not. I might just chunk it in the trash. I don't know. But button feels pretty good. It's typical. It's not as nice as on here, but then again, this is a premium third party, and this is a bottom of the dookie pile third party Chinese knockoff. So there are some goods to it. Pretty much, you put your Switch in the Pro Controller wired mode, and then literally all you do is slide this in, just like this. It's got the USB-C on the bottom, and you just slide it right in, and it detects it right away as a Pro Controller. But the only things I don't like with this is the plastic feels kind of cheap. The D-pad is nice. It's a decent size. Could be just a little bit bigger. They also could have smoothed out the edges. These are pretty rough. I would imagine that if you were using this for 30 minutes or so, your thumb would be pretty sore. These plus and minus buttons are, if you've got big fingers like my buddy at work, he wouldn't be able to push these. He's got big old sausage fingers. He also doesn't have any nails, so he wouldn't be able to push them. With me, I can push them pretty decent, but you have to look for it. These are raised up just a tad, and again, I don't like the feel of them. They're very cheap and very hard. Just, you can hear it. That is not a nice button push. Other than that, I mean, it's very comfortable. I do wish that the analog on the right was offset with the buttons on top, but I mean, it worked for the Wii U, or did the Wii U ever work? I mean, I've got the Wii U pad here just for comparison, and it's pretty much the same thing, only these are not good to me. These things are not good. You need to have nice springiness. This, I don't know if this just wore out or if that's how these are. This is the only one I've ever messed with, so. But that's the Wii U. That's not what we're talking about. Again, that was just a comparison to show it's pretty much the same as this. So, again, not too bad on the sticks. They could have rounded this out and made a texture on it, maybe like a diamond pattern, kind of crisscrossed. That would have worked okay. On the back, they have the vents, and that's pretty nice. There is no pass-through, though. That would have been nice. There is one third party that I looked at that does have a pass-through. So if you're looking for a Joy-Con replacement that's cheap, and you want something like this, there is that other controller, and that may be something that you want to try out. I actually thought about getting one, but I've got enough controllers and stuff for right now. Maybe when this goes bad, then I'll try something else. But as far as I know, these things last pretty good. I haven't heard of anyone having any issues with the buttons or anything with drifting. So that's good. But the only other things are what I would have done to make these better is these buttons here are just, they're cheap. And they kind of wobble. They're not like the other ones where they're hinged right here. And then they push like this. Nice. These are also not hinged. They just kind of push in. And if you have your finger down here, it's not going to push in all the way. So you have to have your finger up top. And it kind of catches a little bit sometimes. So that's not cool. But again, you know, it's a $27 controller. What are you looking for? You're not going to get $90 quality with a $20 price tag. So with that in mind, you know, it's a decent build for the price. So, you know, if I was going to rate it, I'd probably give it like a 75 or maybe an 80 out of 100. It's not a bad controller. I've definitely had worse, a lot worse. But it's not as nice as this, which I knew that was going to be the case, so it's not that big of a deal. I do like that you can just throw the switch in it and call it good. These were really nice. If you're looking for a Joy-Con replacement, I suggest getting something like this. These are hard to find, though, and they're almost $60. So it's a premium price, but it is Hori. They are the Damon Machia, what do they call it? The Split Pad Pro is what it is. But you can pick them up for about $50-$60. It's not too bad of a price for good quality. And this doesn't have the buttons on the back that you can assign like this does. These actually have quick buttons that you can program on the fly, so that's nice. But that's basically all I got to say about this. It does what I thought it would do. Yes, it could be nicer, but then the price would go up. I probably wouldn't have got it then. But if it was this build quality, and let's say $20 more than I paid for this, so let's say in the $40 range, I would have probably still bought it. But that's just me. If you guys want to purchase one of these, I'll have the link down below. So I'll also have the link for this one, if you so feel inclined. So that's basically all I need to say about this. And we hope that you guys will subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. If you know someone with a Switch that needs another controller, feel free to send this to them. And we'd just like to have you guys keep on gaming.